Hi everybody, it's Cream Rama and I'm here doing the full deck challenge 2, and card number 2, the prompts are gold stencil with texture paste, black splatter, and butterfly. I have a lot of fun doing these cards, but I made a lot of mistakes. There's a lot of bloopers that I left in here. But I'm starting off these cards. This is a paper towel that I used when I was tea dyeing, so I'm just adding that to the background of my card. That's going to be the base of my card, and I'm just gluing these on here. And you can also see I'm doing more than one card. I thought I'll keep one and share some, and I also wanted to be able to play around with different things if I have different ideas that I want to try as I'm going through. So here I'm just drying these a little bit so that I can move on. Now that they're all dry, I'm going to go to the texture paste and the stencil. This is a new stencil that I just got in a Happy Paper People subscription box, and I love it. This is the first time I'm using it, but I have a thing with circles. I really like them, and yeah, I'm just really liking this stencil. So you can see I'm just sort of playing around with using different parts of it on the cards here. And here you're going to see my bloopers number 1. I go to open up these perfect pearls and I have it upside down, so it spills all over the place. And so I just start taking my cards. The texture paste is still damp, so I'm just dipping it in there, smushing it around. I have it all over my hands. But I can see here that it brushes off nicely. It's just sticking to the texture paste, so that's good. And you can see I'm kind of careful at first, and then by the end here, I'm just smushing it in there. Now moving on, I'm just drying it a little bit so that I can keep going and move forward. And now I'm bringing in the Treasure Gold. This is an acrylic paint, and I'm using my favorite paint palette, the back of my hand. And again, you can see I'm just adding this lightly to see what it's going to be like. And then I like it, and I just really go in there and add a lot more. So here I'm just going to do some black splatters, and I'm just using my water-soluble crayons and making some marks here on my mat, and I'll just spray it with some water, dip my brush in it, and make some splatters. Now I'm just picking out some butterflies that I can add. I'm just picking out a couple of them that I like and could possibly use. So I have the butterflies picked out that I want to use, and I'm just inking them so that they're not so bright white. I'm kind of figuring out where I want to put them on my cards. But I'm still not really happy with this background. I kind of liked it when the circles were a different color, so I'm testing out the white crayon. I don't like that. It doesn't really do much, so I decide now to try the foundry wax, and this is my oops number 2. It was kind of dry, so when I squeezed the bottle, it just squirted out really fast. So I have foundry wax dripping down into my palm right now. I'm trying to work quickly to get it onto the card because this stuff also dries up really fast. So you can see here, I'm just taking off those stickers. And I love this part. I just start smushing it into my hand because why not? So if you've worked with this stuff before, the melting point is a lot lower than embossing powder, so you don't have to heat it for that long. And here I'm just gluing my butterflies on, finally. And if you notice, I end up completely turning the cards around the other way. So I have my butterflies glued on, and now I'm just making little marks as though they're flying, give them some movement. So everything's going along, doing okay until I get to this last card and my marker kind of squeezed too much ink out. So luckily I was able to save this card. It wiped off pretty well, and then I just redid it. So I was happy. So now I'm just going over the edges of these cards to ink them up really well, and I decided to bring in some glossy accents and go over the butterflies just to make them pop a little bit. And I do like this a lot. I like the glossy accents, but I decided to add some sentiments. So here are my final products. I'm happy with these cards. I'm very happy with the way that they turned out here. I hope you like them too. If you're doing the challenge also, let me know what cards you like making and which challenges were your favorite. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Leave me a comment and don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Thanks.